90% of relationships are toxic. And most of my relationships have had some pretty shitty moments. But one thing me and my exes have always shared has been music. I believe that the act of sharing music is a form of intimacy. You like me so much that you're going to tell me about your favorite song, your favorite artist, your favorite albums, knowing we may not work out, and now every time I hear them, I gotta think about you? Ugh. I wanted to do this film series because we often talk hella smack about our exes and how they did us wrong, but I wanted to focus on thanking them this Valentine's Day because as a music lover, I thank you for putting me on to Dom Kennedy and Party Next Door and other artists I may have not given a chance if it weren't for you. And artists I now love and keep up with to this day. Sharing music is definitely a love language. You know, we make playlists, we make CDs, we dedicate songs, etc. And even though relationships may come to an end, the songs you shared with someone always lives on as a memory. And these lovely 8 individuals feel that same way. So here are their stories.
My name is Sierra.
My name is Sean Kidd. Hey.
My name is Sitch.
My name is AK Neron.
My name is Coach Gatz.
My name is Germany.
My name is Kendra.
My name's Kira. Oh, my ex's name is?
My ex name is?
His name is?
His name is?
Her name is?
Oh, my ex's name is?
It's so crazy because I was actually like driving around doing I was dashing at the time. Don Toliver had just dropped not Lovesick, but whatever's before Lovesick. And he was listening to it and he was like sending me song after song after song from the album. I'm in the car, so I'm like listening to it anyway. And I was on the phone with USAA. So random. I was on the phone with USAA and he walks up to my car window. I was at Sheetz, outside of Sheetz. And he just we ran into each other I'm listening to the music he sent me and he ran into me. It was so funny. We used to always run into each other all the time in public. Weird. Maybe he was stalking me.
He put me on to Giveon and I adore him for that because now I can't listen without thinking of the happy memories. But I went to visit him. He went to UGA in Athens and I lived in Greenville, South Carolina at the time. And I visited him and he was like, oh, you have to listen to this artist, this song. I just feel like just take a moment. And we were going to dinner. The first weekend I went up there to see him, instantly fell in love with Giveon and just the music in general. But it just I always associate those songs with him, but especially Heartbreak Anniversary. That's a good one.
So the first time I heard Snow Allegra was probably in the first kind of round of COVID. It was kind of piping down a little bit. I just went on a work trip to Denver and I'd missed my connection and I was flipping out and he sent me some Snow Allegra to kind of calm down. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And I'm like, oh, he's thinking of me, sending me little songs. And so that was kind of the first time. And then after that, he just kept introducing me more and more of their music and everything.
So I met my ex and one of her favorite artists is Bad Bunny, all right? And when I heard Bad Bunny for the first time, I obviously didn't speak Spanish. Well, I speak a little bit, but not as much as I do now. And I was like, okay, cool. And she was like, oh, this is my favorite artist, and I love him so much. And I was just like, all right, that's what's up. Well, me being the future boyfriend, I'm just like, all right, I got to figure out who this is. I got to figure out, I got to learn these songs. It was around, it was Valentine's Day. Her birthday's a little bit after Valentine's Day, a month after or whatever. So me being the boyfriend, whatever, I got us tickets to go see Bad Bunny, and I didn't speak a lick of Spanish. And I was like, okay, so now I'm cramming all these Bad Bunny songs because I'm just I gotta learn these joints because I'm not going to be at this concert and not know any of these songs. Fast forward, I'm at the concert and he's speaking all in Spanish, and I'm in there I'm just here to have a good time. And my ex, she had the time of her life, and I'm glad she did. But it's dope. Now I listen to Bad Bunny all the time, and it's crazy because, yeah, it hurts a little bit. But he's He's dope. He's dope. He's dope.
She introduced me to this song called Bound by Wet and Blood Orange. Those are the band names, Wet and then Blood Orange. We were in the car driving somewhere and I had my Spotify on shuffle and I listened to a lot of like vibey music and just easy listening type things. And so she said, oh, can I cue something up? Or I have this song that I really like. Have you heard this before? And I was like, no, I haven't. So she pulled it up and it was very chill. Boom. And so it was one of those things that fit perfectly into the music we were already listening to. And so I was like, okay, save. So yeah, I think that's how that happened.
We listened to a lot of stuff. I think really I started getting put on when, remember MySpace and the song you would pick? We would always pick interesting songs and kind of go back and forth in the bulletins. I think, I don't remember the exact moment, but I know that he introduced me to MF Doom, and Hoe Cakes was like the song I really took from that. Like I really loved that song from MF Doom, so it was a really good introduction. And now MF Doom is like a legend, so he had some taste.
Okay, we was definitely in high school. I'm not sure exactly where we was headed or where we was like at. We was definitely in the car listening to the song or the songs. Oh, the artist is Sampha, but I actually discovered them through Subtract. I think they're like an alternative band, and he was like featured on the track, and I was like, who is this? And then that's when we kind of fell down that Sampha rabbit hole.
Well, it was like around like high school. Everybody was kind of on that whole like Cash Money wave. Like, I don't know if you remember growing up in Raleigh, it was a huge like East Coast influence first off. So when the South really started kind of like emerging or whatever, Cash Money, Juvenile, Lil Wayne, all that stuff was like just kind of pretty much taking over. And I remember like, I think Juvenile had a album about to come out, it was 400 Degrees. And I was like, I remember I was down bad. I didn't have any bread. I didn't have nothing. I asked her like, can you cop that, that album for me or whatever? And she said, yeah.
The song in particular that I love is In the Club. It's Don Toliver, Lil Durk, and Glorilla. If you haven't heard it, Glorilla's verse spazzes. Like, she go crazy on that song. And I think that we were in a situationship for so long because the sex was so good. And she has this one line that she says, he digged me down and took my soul. He trying to make me stalk him. Little did he know after he leave, I'm finna block him. And he's blocked now, so.
I will say this, like I said, at the time, I was down bad, what I'm saying, real bad. So having somebody like hold me down and like go, because music was everything for me, what I'm saying. I might not have had the best gear, the best leaks, any, couldn't afford, these restaurants or whatever, but if I had that CD or that tape or whatever it was, I'm showing my age, but yeah, if I had that, that's all I really needed to get me through the day, because we used to walk to school, we called it trooping or whatever, and everything like that, and we used to hang out, and you had to have your headphones. It was mandatory, what I'm saying. We would cancel school, cancel everything when you had those. So that kind of, I can see that create a bond, what I'm saying, between us or whatever.
We ended up like we were dancing in his kitchen one night, cooking or something, and it just came on like on his playlist. And so like I always just associate like just like the intimacy, like just the sweet little moments with that. So yeah, well, it was cute at the time, not anymore.
Honestly, I think I liked that Snow Allegra has like a little bit of an eclecticness, but it's still like so much love, where it's just kind of like a awkward person in love, where we both were two people who were like, we didn't have a lot of your typical like quote unquote black cultural things, but for some reason the two of us together like just always matched on a vibe that was unable to be competed against anywhere.
Aside from the overall vibe of the song being similar to the music that we both already listened to, we're both dancers. So anything that had that kind of rhythm or that beat or that melody that we felt was easy to move to, I think bonded us a lot. We listened to a lot of the same music, and so that song made sense to be in both of our playlists, I would say. Other than that, the song was called Bound, and she liked the song way before we were everything. So I don't think it was one of those things where we found it together. But being that we were together at that time, and that's how she introduced me, I thought it was interesting that the song's name was also called Bound.
Not really. She was out here for school, and a lot of people out here don't speak Spanish, and she speaks Spanish. Bad Bunny was just her favorite artist, and a lot of people out here really, well, the crowd that I was around, they don't really listen to Bad Bunny like that. So it kind of I feel like for her, it made her feel more connected to home. I'm trying to be inclusive, so I'm just like, yo, like, if this makes you feel like at home, like, it ain't nothing to drive to Charlotte and like see a Bad Bunny concert, and we would like watch his music videos, and we would listen to all his new songs coming out, and we would watch his interviews, and I'm sitting there like, if she likes it, I love it. So like I said, I listen to him all the time now. It's crazy, man. It's it's crazy.
We connected because we had similar tastes, but nobody really had our taste. It wouldn't only be stuff like that. It was also the nature of sampling. So like when you can listen to music with someone and they can point out the sample with you and talk about the original song too, that became a thing.
So it took the first, oh my God, when we first broke up and I was listening to Bad Bunny, it was, oh my God. And then the thing about like Latin music is just like, it's passionate. They like, it's passion. They feel the passion. And I was going through it. I was heartbroken. My ego was crushed. I was sitting in my apartment with my dog, and I was playing, what song was that? It was him and the Marias. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I was playing it over and over, and I was just like, yo, it's fucked up how I don't even speak Spanish. And here I am listening to these songs in Spanish in the fields, all right? Mi corazón. Like, I was broke, okay? But now it's just like, it's fun. He just put out a new album like not too long ago, and it's pretty good. And now when I listen to him, like, I'm not gonna lie, like I think about her sometimes. Not in like a, oh, I miss you. It's like a, all right, I hope you're doing great. I'm gonna listen to this music though, so yeah.
I still love the song. The song still is fast. I think it reminds me of him a lot. He was very like nonchalant and chill, and I feel like a lot of the ways he expressed his feelings towards me was through song. So I think listening to it just like triggers all of the emotions that are built stuff down in there.
Sometimes it like makes me think of like what if, like what it could have been, kind of. And then I also like will have a reality check in the end. Like if the song stops, I'm like, let's really think about that. What would that look like? And then I remind myself, ain't shit. You're blocked for a reason, unfortunately.
Now when I listen to Snow Allegra, I'll have to say it's been just in the past like year to 18 months where now when I listen to Snow Allegra that I can just vibe to it, listen to it, and it's cool. But prior to then, when I used to hear it, I would immediately be like, that trickin' no good.
It's one of those songs now that I will listen to like in the shower, or if I'm cleaning up, or just have like my chill playlist. I'll definitely put it in there on shuffle. And I won't say that it's one of those things that, oh, it makes me think of when we were together, blah, blah, blah. Because it doesn't. Not in a shady way. It literally just doesn't have that effect for me. However, it always does remind me of that car ride and how she reminded or introduced me to the song in the first place. So it's one of those like sweet memories of, yeah, I remember how I found this one.
Now it reminds me of like a bunch of like immature like mindsets I had when I was talking to, you know, I wasn't always the best guy either, no offense to her. But it reminds me of like the immaturities that I've grown out of, and, just a time where things were a little bit less serious.
I think it reminds me of not being afraid to be eclectic, because even though you might have a style that other people don't necessarily jive with, but if you maintain your authenticity, you're gonna find people like you, and then that's what makes it more fun and makes you more courageous to be authentically yourself even more.
I feel like both. I think every person has had an impact on my music taste. I listen to a lot of different music, so he definitely influenced it. He put me onto a lot of like maybe rappers that I wouldn't have listened to, Don Toliver included. A lot of Pluto, a lot of Dirk, Shorty, which is like a up and coming rapper. So yeah, he definitely influenced my music taste. He would love to hear that.
Well, I would say just in general, when you with somebody, like regardless or whatever, a little piece of them is gonna rub off on you, and vice versa, because that's what being in a relationship is anyway. So I do feel like, yeah, I know I was always like a hardcore like hip hop head, like Wu-Tang, this and that, whatever. But as I progressed, I noticed I started listening to a little more R&B, you know, a little softer things, because you know you can't always be riled up all the time. Sometimes you gotta chill. You know, you have music for different moods, different environments. You know what I mean?
I think I shaped theirs. My taste is very weird. My taste is very weird. I was one of those girls who would listen to just beats before it was like, before the selection, and I would just be listening to instrumental or I would listen to stuff that didn't really have a meter, like it would just be weird shit. I put him on to stuff too, probably weird stuff that he only listened to for a little bit and probably avoided me. I feel like he put me on to stuff that's more like Madlib, you know, like the greats now. I probably put him on to stuff that's like the artist is to this day still obscure.
Nah, if anything, I shaped their taste in music. I am the influence for sure.
I definitely think had they not introduced me to Snow Allegra, I wouldn't have really gotten into that kind of like alternative R&B side of things, where there's kind of, you're left with people across the pond that are still super cool. And so I think a lot of the artists that I listen to now, I'm kind of like, did he kind of break my virginity into that? And so it's kind of awkward, because it's like, if I saw you on the street and you were on fire, I would just ask the Lord to make it rain. I wouldn't spit on you to save you, but I appreciate the opportunity.
Not really. And I say that just because I think we both already came into our whole situation with very rich musical tastes, and a lot of it already overlapped. So if anything, I think it was fun to see how our music interests complemented each other. And how much music we already had in common between us.
I wouldn't say it shaped my own, but it definitely made me like expand my music palette, if that makes sense. Because like before I met her, I wasn't listening to Bad Bunny. Like I wasn't listening to songs in Spanish. Like I would hear them and I was just like, all right, cool. Like I never took the time to like sit and like actually learn the words and like learn the meaning of the songs. And like there's like Bad Bunny songs like I could say word for word, and it's just like this 2-3 years ago, like I wasn't able to do this at all. So it's made me appreciate like just, I don't know, just all different genres of music, like because obviously like rap, R&B and stuff like that, but it's just like there's more music outside of like the English language that is very, very dope.
I don't think so. I think like we both had our own like taste in music, and we both just kind of like connected on that separate. Like I would make him playlists, he would make me playlists. So we kind of like vibed off each other. But so I would say we like kind of influenced each other maybe. Yes, all the time, unfortunately. I feel like sharing music is such an intimate thing with another person, but sometimes I'm like, oh, you have to listen to the song. Like I want it to carry on with someone else. Not necessarily like the romance side, but just like letting someone else hear it. Like whether that's like platonic friend or something of that sort. Not like a boo or anything, nothing crazy.
I haven't found myself putting other people onto that song specifically, but I am a lot more vocal, I would say, and eager to share the music that I'm interested in with my friends and with other people. If not to put them onto something new, then just to relate and build each other's playlists, you know? I think that interaction, that exchange really kind of made me think about how special it can be to share something like a music playlist or a recommendation with someone.
No, I feel like, I don't know. Nobody, even though Doom is a legend, don't nobody just come out with like, yeah, fuck with Doom. Like, it's like you have to be in a certain setting to bring that up. Like if I went to a beat show or like a Thundercat show, then it's like it comes up. But one-on-one, bringing it up to somebody, I probably would feel like they're not gonna fuck with this. Cause the people who fuck with stuff like that, it's like you could see it.
I gotta let all of my shorties know that I got good music taste.
No, which is crazy because like I'm always the type to like put people on the music, but like a majority of my friends don't speak Spanish, so it's just like I can be like, hey, like Bad Bunny just my bad, everything falling. I can't be like, yo, Bad Bunny just dropped that beat 3 hours más fotos, and you should take a listen to it. Because they're gonna be like, what does that even mean? And I'm like, it means I should have taken more pictures. And they're gonna be like, okay, about what? And then I gotta explain the whole song. So it's kind of easier to let people like hear like songs that are in English as opposed to like putting them onto like Bad Bunny. They're like, okay, I know who he is, but I've never listened to his music. And then they hear his music and they're just like, it sounds nice, but I don't know what he's saying. And like, that defeats the whole purpose. So yeah, unfortunately, I haven't put anybody on yet. But if you know, you know. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. I'm my bad.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely like some homies in the army that I put them on the Sampha and the band Subtract, I think too. I put them on because I liked it. Definitely, I mean, I was still messing around with the girl at the time, so I guess she kind of did have a little bit of influence of me still like having it in the rotation and stuff. But outside of that, I was just a genuine fan of the artist myself. So that's a good one. I say it's ours. It's ours. That time was for everyone to share. There's other people in the car then too. So
I think it belongs to me now. Yeah, take my power back.
There are certain artists that we would listen to that maybe he put me onto that I feel like belong to me now. But that one, I think more him because he was a rapper, so he would do all the shows and all that stuff. But like Thundercat is one that we share, and I feel like that's all me right there.
I think with this song, I definitely think of her every time I listen to it. If not passively, then just like it. I definitely still think of her whenever I listen to the song. Like when it comes up on my playlist or on shuffle, I'm always reminded of her. So I can't say, oh, this is mine now, so to speak. But I definitely also have adopted it fully into my own playlist, if that makes sense. It's not one of those things where, oh, because we're not a thing anymore, I'm not gonna listen to this song anymore. It's not like that at all. I genuinely enjoy that song, and I'm always gonna be glad that she put me onto it because it's in my rotation now,
I feel like I did associate it with him for the longest, and then had to just like claim it as my own. Like, I don't know. I feel like you can do that though. You can bond over an artist or a song with someone, but you don't necessarily have to like only associate it with them. Like you can make your own happy memories attached to it without them.
It's all me. Nah, I ain't gonna say it's all me. Nah, it's you definitely still share something with those people who share something with you at a time. So I would never take full ownership of that. Never.
Oh no, man! What? That's hers. And it's only because Spanish is like her native language. So it's just like it would be appropriation of me. That's right. Is that right? It would be gentrification and appropriation of me if I were to be like, yo, Bad Bunny is mine. And then especially with everything that's going on in Puerto Rico, like no, I'm not. Nope. Oh yes, what? Yeah, what? What do you mean? I'm sorry for yelling, but no, like there's been plenty of times where like a Bad Bunny song will come on, like especially one where I don't like completely know the words, but I know the song, and I would be thinking in my head like, dang, I used to hear this in the apartment, or dang, I used to drive around and she used to play this, or dang, he performed this at his concert, and I hit skip and go right over because nope.
Embrace it fully. Embrace it fully for sure.
No, I don't avoid listening to it. I think I love the way music makes me feel and like the emotion that it invokes. So whether it's good or bad shit, sometimes you just gotta feel it.
Embrace it fully every time. Go into it head straight. Remind me of times that you definitely don't want to forget about as a human. As you grow in life, you want to think about and reflect on things that you used to do or that you did. I
really want to say there are times that I avoid listening to the song, but I don't. It's a really good song. The song is so good. So I have no weird feelings attached to it. It's just a bop that I got put onto by someone that I cared about, and that's just what's gonna be.
Nah, I embrace it fully for that particular situation, but I can see how certain songs, like certain times that they would affect you, because thinking back, there are situations where a song might have been playing or whatever, and then when you hear it, it always takes you back to that memory. So yeah, I can see that.
No, I just avoid listening to his music. No, I'm just kidding. I think the musical influence, I think it showed me how music can bring people together, because the relationship that I have with him with music is a relationship that is mirrored with other friends that I still have, and music is the thing that keeps us close, or that we connect on the most. Art can really be a bridge to people, just like hobbies or movies or anything like that.
I'd probably tell them, thank you for, how can I say this? For exposing me to new things, exposing me to new sounds, and because probably without them, I wouldn't have took the time to even explore those things. So that's always a good look.
I hope your emotional intellect has grown to be as great as your music intellect. And peace, and be gone.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
I can't say that the girl really did anything as far as influencing me. Honestly, I was thinking real hard about, like, what did somebody put me on to that I didn't already know about? Maybe it was a song, but she did her big one with that. I still listen to Sanford. It's been 10 years now, so shout out to her.
Oh, I would tell him that I enjoyed all of our time together where we were just sitting and listening to music or rapping songs or riding in the car down the highway. Those are some beautiful times. And even though we didn't work out or we didn't never make it to what I wanted us to be, it still was a really good experience, and he's shaped my music taste for the better.
If you're watching this, sup? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good. Thank you for putting me on to Benito, Bad Bunny. His music's pretty dope. What else do I want to say? Yeah, no, his music is pretty dope. Like, I know we've had our differences and whatever, and who knows how you feel about me, and like, there's no bad blood on this end, whatever. But I appreciate you for putting me on to Bad Bunny. I really appreciate his music. It's very dope. And thank you for expanding my musical palette outside of just what I used to listen to. And yeah. Yep, that's it. That's all I got for you. Let me see if I can say something in Spanish for it. I hope tu vida es buena y what did Bad Bunny say in that one song? En otra vida, otro mundo. Another life, another world. But that's not the case. So I hope you're doing great. And yeah, appreciate you.
I don't think I would. I wouldn't speak. I wouldn't give him that credit. I don't want him to know that. Refuse. No thanks. It would go to his head. You know what I mean? So no thanks. Can't give you that. Sorry.
One thing that I never took for granted was all of the similarities and overlap that we had in a lot of our interests, be it musical, creative, artistic. And I obviously think that's one of the things that bonded us the most over the course of our relationship. And so introducing the song to me in this way, I think was just a testament to that, the things that we already bonded over and had in common. So musically, I would say there are songs that you like for a couple days. There are songs that you put on repeat. There are songs that you put on shuffle and just enjoy when it comes up. This, much like the memories we share, are songs that I will always keep in my playlist, whether they come up in shuffle on that day or not. But when they do come, it's very hard for me to skip. So I'll always appreciate that.